Hello, viewers, young lords. Welcome to this session. I am going to talk about a very beautiful short story. The title of the short story is The Babuj of Nainjore by Rabindranath Tagore. The Babuj of Nainjore is a beautiful short story by Rabindranath Tagore, a versatile genius of India. Tagore was a great poet, dramatist, novelist, short story writer, composer of songs, and thinker and builder of modern India. Rabindranath Tagore was the first Indian and the first non-European and Asian to get Nobel Prize in Literature in 1913. Tagore got Nobel Prize on his beautiful poem Gitanjali, offering of songs. Tagore wrote many poems, plays, novels, short stories. He is the composer of the national anthem of our country, Jana Gana Mana. Tagore was born on May 7, 1861 in Kolkata. He was sent to study at University College of London, England. He studied there Scottish, Irish, and British literature. Tagore also studied law. His father wished that Rabindranath Tagore should be a pleader, a lawyer. But Tagore had interest in writing literature, so he devoted himself to the writing of literature. Babuj of Nainjore is a beautiful story, interesting story of Rabindranath Tagore. This story pictures and depicts the deplorable conditions of those people who were landlords in their glorious days, in their ancient days, in their early days. When their zamindari went away, they had to suffer a lot on economic and financial count. On the other hand, they had to maintain the family pride, the family tradition on the other. This story also deals with this aspect. The dominant theme of the short story is appearance and reality and forgiveness. Now let me talk about the story in brief. The Babus of Nayanjore were famous landlords. They had gala days in their glorious days. They spent huge money on the marriage of a kitten. The marriage of a kitten took place in a splendorous and prodigal manner. Night turned into day with countless splendors and series of lights and bulbs. Such was the glory of the Babus of Nayanjore. When the Jamindar died, a lot of money was spent on the funeral of the Jamindar. Kailash Babu is the last of the Jamindars to have live his life in a very miserable way. Flood after flood devastated the Babus of Nayanjore. So Kailash Babu came to Calcutta, now Kolkata, to live in among the common people. Kailash Babu was very popular in his neighborhood in Kolkata. He usually asked his neighbors their well-beings. He was very popular among the people of his neighborhood. The people of the neighbor also came to Kailash Babu, and they had long talk and conversation there. They smoked tobacco. One of the neighbors informed Kailash Babu that tobacco had come from Gaya. It is very tasteful. Let us smoke it. Then Kailash Babu talked about the tobacco of Nayanjore. He fancied to bring the tobacco, but the neighbors stopped him from bringing it because they knew that tobacco would not be there. So they would not want to put Kailash Babu into trouble. The narrator of this story didn't like such behavior, such showy nature and behavior of Kailash Babu. The narrator was an educated man. His father earned money by hard labor. The narrator was an MA from the University of Calcutta. He was a very handsome boy in the marriage market. Kailash Babu had a granddaughter. Her name is Kusum. She was a very beautiful young girl. The narrator used to see Kusum secretly. The narrator wished that Kailash Babu would offer him for his marriage with Kusum. But Kailash Babu was not such a figure, such a man. He said that he would not break the tradition of the Jamindar even if the girl remained unmarried. So, the narrator disliked the behavior of Kailash Babu. Otherwise, Kailash Babu was very popular in his neighborhood in Calcutta. Once the narrator had a plan to implement and teach a lesson to Kailash Babu. He managed falsely to visit Chota Lad Sahab. The announcement is made that Chota Lal Sahab was to visit Kailash Babu in the noon that day. The announcement came, Chota Lal Sahab is coming. Now Kailash Babu went to the door, panting, puffing, and trembling to receive Chota Lad Sahab. Kailash Babu brought him. He requested him to be seated in a magnificent chair which was covered with silken cloth of his glorious days. Kailash Babu offered him gold muha according to the tradition of the Jamindar family. Chota Lad Sahab stayed there for 10 minutes. Kailash Babu didn't know English, so he was very much concerned how he would talk and how he would answer the queries of Chota Lad Sahab. But a man said that Chota Lad Sahab had always an interpreter with him, so Kailash Babu would not have any problem. The interpreter would do the work. When Chota Lad Sahab came to the house of Kailash Babu welcomed him in Urdu, in passionate Urdu passage. But Chota Lad Sahab could not understand it. So he asked his interpreter, "What is it?" The interpreter told that Kailash Babu had welcomed him, honored him in his own dialect. After the meeting is over, the interview is over, Kusum asked Kailash Babu what Chota Lad Sahab told him. She requested her grandfather to tell every word. Kailash Babu told her that he did not say anything. Kailash Babu told Kusum that the most important thing was that Chota Lat Sahab visited Kailash Babu and he added the glory, the pride of Kailash Babu. Next day the narrator came. Kusum told the narrator, "Why have you cheated on my grandfather? What harm has my grandfather done to you?" Saying this, she began to sob. The narrator changed his heart. He returned some of the articles which he had stolen from the house of Kailash Babu. Then he came to Kailash Babu. He offered Kailash Babu that he was willing to marry his granddaughter if he would consider him a suitable match. Kailash Babu knew no bond of joy to have this proposal. This was the first time Kailash Babu admitted in his life that he was a poor man. Thus, marriage takes place between Kusum and the narrator, and the family pride and glory of Kailash Babu remains intact. This story depicts the hollowness of the zamindars of the past times, of the old days. The story describes appearance and reality. Kailash Babu is not what he appears, what he looked. The narrator asks for forgiveness at the end of the story. So, appearance and reality and forgiveness are the important themes of the Babus of Nayan Jog. The language of the short story is very colloquial, very conversational, and very interesting. That's all. Thanks.